Hello, I'm Anne-Louise from Minerva, and I'm here today to talk about our top vintage patterns. We're going to cover such a wide range of history with just 10. Everything we talk about today is available on Minerva right now and will be linked down below, and pop-ups will appear along the way. So save this video and then you can happily click away on the pop-ups to find products that you really love, and then it'll be easier to find us again later. Before we dive in, vintage clothing is a term used to describe garments from a previous era, normally anything older than 20 years old. So technically, I am vintage. However, anyone with a love of vintage fashion already will have faced the issue of sizing, in that vintage sizes are often a lot smaller than their modern equivalent. However, that is what is so exciting about reproduction vintage sewing patterns. We can make all the pretty vintage style clothes we want without having to worry about the sizing. Our first pick is a classic men's vintage look. So la-di-da vintage Mr. London 30s inspired waistcoat. Waistcoats are so iconic. Apparel Arts magazine of 1933 noted that waistcoats have become high style items, no more of their thick, ill-fitting affairs, but today a suave and sleek arrangement. And that's exactly what we find in So La-di-da's pattern. This pattern features everything a waistcoat should have. Button fastenings, tabs, collar, a belt, faux pockets. It's available in sizes extra small to extra large. It's a great pattern if you want to branch out and expand your sewing experience, and makes any wardrobe extra dapper. This pattern has great, easy to follow instructions with a ton of pictures to help you through those tricky stages. Another thing we like about waistcoats is you can go crazy on the fabric choices. You can go cotton, tweed, wool, velvet or silk. We have chosen this country gentleman check with a dash of red. It's a polyester viscose blend, so lovely, soft and tactile, but it's still going to flatter the body with structure. It's something you can style really easily, maybe with a more rustic wooden button look with jeans and a shirt, or for more fancy affairs, metal buttons for a little military flair with your favourite suit. Next we have Simplicity 1075, a 1950s vintage dress in girl sizes 3 to 8. We cannot get enough of pinafore dresses at the moment, and this is the cutest I've seen by far. A shift came for the pinafore dress in the 20th century. In 1946, Life magazine noted this shift in an article on children's dress, noting that children used to wear washable pinafores over their unwashable clothes. Now a pinafore dress becomes a washable dress. Before this time, pinafores were worn by both boys and girls to protect their clothes from what children do best, playing around. Now, modern cleaning techniques became more efficient. There were less need to protect their clothes. It features a full circle skirt, which is great for dramatic princess swell. You've got two options for the back, a crisscross strap or a button-down back with a bow, both adorable. It also comes with a pattern to make the matching bag, which looks the perfect candy carrying size. We chose a Rose and Hubble 100% cotton poplin fabric and a gorgeous bright rose red, so it's going to be great and breathable for the summer and washable. Staying with pretty red dresses, we picked out Butterick B5708 Retro from 1953. I absolutely love when patterns have their original release year on them. So in 1953, Queen Elizabeth II is coronated, Sir Edmund Hillary makes the first successful ascent to Mount Everest, the New York Yankees win their 5th World Series in a row, and this dress is being made. I love the tie shoulders, and there's so many different style choices you can make for different effects. But however you choose to style your dress, you're not going to be able to stop swishing in that adorable gathered skirt. It features a fully lined bodice with an interesting triangle detailing that's really going to flatter the waist. We chose a red shot taffeta. It's a crisp, noisy fabric, a well-known prom dress staple. Originally, taffeta was woven with highly twisted silk fibres. Its highly twisted threads give taffeta that characteristic crispness. Fun fact about taffeta, it wasn't always used for clothes. On the 4th of November 1782, a man named Joseph Montgolfier used taffeta to create a prototype that would soon lead to the first known human flight in a lighter-than-air craft, similar to modern-day hot air balloons. So not only are you wearing history in a dress pattern, but also history in a fabric. I've actually made this dress as a contrast, so a fire red crepe and a floral crepe, which is so nice and floaty. I just need the summer and an ice cream and I'm good to go. Our top tip for this pattern is baste everything, especially when using a more slippery fabric. Crepe has a mind of its own and we can't really tell it what to do. What we really loved about the three we've just gone through is with just those three, you have a whole vintage family outfit. You can do a bit of crossover, so make the little girl's bag with leftover waistcoat fabric and make a waistcoat lining from mum's taffeta. Now we have a modern dress pattern that has a touch of noticeable vintage flair to it. Nina Lee Q dress version 1 is beautifully 1940s with the ruched sleeves and gathers at the yoke. It's going to be beautiful for those tea parties. Although we're focusing on vintage today, all three versions of this dress feature a high-low hem and a button-down front, which is lovely and casual. I imagine wearing them along a lovely river in the spring. Fashion during the 1940s was dominated by the war, especially in the UK where clothing was heavily rationed. You could buy a dress for 7 coupons, and during the lowest allocation of the war, you were only given 3 clothing coupons a month, meaning families had to think very carefully about what they needed. While you still needed coupons for fabric, it was often a lot cheaper to make your own than it was to purchase a ready-made dress. We love a good viscose challis, and Lady McElroy viscose challis in this gorgeous, vibrant, small floral colour and light woven fabric is going to add something really special to this dress. And with this many colours, it's going to be easy to add accessories. Viscose fabric is a fixture of many wardrobes and homes and has been in use since the late 1800s. Viscose is a great option if you're looking for a lightweight material with a nice drape, a lustrous finish and a soft feel. It is relatively inexpensive and can convey luxury for a much lower price point. And no ration coupons needed for this gorgeous fabric. This next one is an excellent beginner pattern, Simplicity 8452 Vintage 1950s. Whether you want to try stretch or want to branch out into vintage looks, this is such a simple pattern. It has 2 seams that maybe equal a yard of machine stitching, then hem, hook and eye, and done. Have fun in your new top. Something I really like about this pattern is it includes the original sewing instructions, which is a little glimpse into the past. And instead of all the sizing information on the back, it gives you a diagram on how to put on your new top, which to me means it might be easier to make than to wear. We chose Art Gallery Fabrics cotton jersey knit fabric, 95% Prima cotton and 5% spandex. It's so soft and comfortable and so ready for the beach, maybe in some nice white linen trousers or a poofy pink gathered skirt, or maybe even a cute pair of denim shorts. I don't have a yacht, but if I did, I would wear this top while sailing around the Mediterranean, with my handsome captain husband and our 2 dogs. I don't have either of those things either, but you can't stop a girl from dreaming. I want to take a little break now at the halfway point to talk about our community here at Minerva. We love creating an environment where people want to share what they make and get inspired by other makers. If you haven't done so already, make a free account and get stuck in. If you would like to see more pattern videos or fabric showcases, please hit the follow button just above the video. And without further ado, we'll get stuck back in. Vogue 1084 Vintage 1956 dress. It's a close-fitting, high neckline, low back with a bowed T-dale. It is stunning. 1956 is the year of the first Eurovision. Elvis Presley releases Heartbreak Hotel, and Grace Kelly marries the Prince of Monaco. And this is the dress you use to channel your inner Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly is one of the most stylish women of the 20th century, most often pictured in impeccable fairy tale looks, chic cocktail dresses and ball gowns. And I would say this dress definitely comes under chic cocktail gown. It has two versions, one short-sleeved and one long-sleeved, with a close-fitting flared skirt with inverted pleats on the back for an extra pop of ruffles. And the seams and darts on the bodice are going to give you a great fit. We chose Chanton du Pion in this great black. It is soft and subtle with a great soft feel. The back detailing on this dress has some pleats, which are going to look so crisp in this fabric. If you ever need a dress to wear to an ex's wedding, this is the dress. Du Pion is often woven with differing colours of threads scattered through the weave of the fabric. This technique gives the fabric an iridescent effect, similar to, but not as pronounced as, shop taffeta. We love when patterns include an entire outfit, and that's exactly what Simplicity 8462 Vintage 1940s does. It features a kind of short bolero jacket with either full or three-quarter sleeves, a full circle skirt and a very cute button fastened top, all in one. The shirt has some quite unusual detailing. The buttons fasten down the back and have some pleats down the front with grown-in sleeves. We also feel this is a great pattern for growing your sewing skills. Maybe starting with the easier circle skirt and moving on to the shirt without having to worry too much about the sleeves, and then onto the lined jacket. This outfit gives me such waiting on the train station for your sweetheart vibes. We chose this 100% wool crepe in a foxy autumnal orange. It has a great mix of body and drape, perfect for the skirt and jacket combo. Wool crepe has a rougher surface. It's a medium weight fabric, resists crinkling, and is commonly used for suiting, trousers and dresses. And back to the 50s we go. We have McCall's 7184, Girls and Women's Pinafore Dress and Shirt, circa 1958. 1958 is the year the hula hoop is introduced and Julie Andrews stars in My Fair Lady on Broadway. Another super cute ensemble pattern with a semi-fitted shirt with button cuffs and an extra adorable fit and flare pinafore skirt, which is really going to flatter that waist with princess seams and button shoulder straps. What was called the new look was actually introduced in the 1940s by Christian Dior and showcased a more feminine silhouette than the previous years with a well-known 50s circle skirt and the little waist. However, it didn't fully take hold of fashion until the 50s, where we can see its influence on this pattern. During the 50s, heavily patterned fabrics were used for light day dresses. Spots, stripes and florals were most commonly seen, and that's similar to the fabric we chose for this pattern. We chose this feminine pink floral Rose and Hubble cotton poplin, great for lazy Sunday afternoon picnics with the girls. Now for the newest vintage look on our whirlwind tour, Simplicity 8013 1970s vintage dress. It has so many aspects that are just so popular today. It has a nice statement bow, faux wrap bodice with back darts for extra slinkiness. It has two versions, a maxi or a midi length skirt, or a full angel sleeve or a gathered cuff. While 70s day wear drew inspiration from the 30s and 40s, 70s party wear really amped up the glamour. Classy full-length figure huggers battled short sparkly halter necks for centre stage, and I think we can say which one is winning here. We chose a crepe de chine in Kingfisher. The fabric is so fluid. It's 100% polyester, so we don't have to worry about creases, and has a gorgeous soft drape. This look makes me think of like a 70s hippie rock queen gliding across the stage. And now we travel back further than we have gone before for the vintage dress of all vintage dresses. Minerva presents Folkwear 215, the Empire dress. Fashionable in 1799 to 1815 and now. Similar to how after the Second World War, fashion made a shift to a more full feminine silhouette, after the struggle of the French Revolution, we see another change of fashion to a more simple Grecian style of dress. As the architecture and government structure of ancient Greece and Rome is highly valued, so is their fashion. I was surprised to learn about how much of a role Emperor Bonaparte had in promoting this style of fashion. His wife Josephine was an ideal model for the slender new fashion. After the war, Bonaparte wanted to boost France's failing textile economy and promote France as a fashion leader. He started by banning English imports and forbidding women to wear the same dress to court twice. Superfine muslins worn all year round may have contributed to an epidemic of influenza, which was called muslin disease. A contemporary rhyme says, "Plump and rose was my face, and graceful was my form, till fashion deemed it a disgrace to keep my body warm." As Emperor Bonaparte and Empress Josephine were so influential on the style, that is why it's commonly known today as an empire dress. Folkwear 215 comes in 3 different A-line skirt lengths, knee, floor and floor with train. Drawstrings fit the bodice firmly to the bust and fasten at the back. I don't think a pattern has ever had this effect on me. I can't even tell you how in love I am with this pattern. We chose this charmeuse silky satin fabric. Charmeuse actually comes from the French word meaning female charmer, so have fun charming everybody in this soft and floaty material. It's like they wove a cloud into fabric. Thanks for joining us on our whirlwind tour of history through fashion. Here at Minerva, we love to hear your views. Which one of these can you not wait to start making? What's your favourite vintage pattern? Any questions, comment below and we'd be happy to answer them. And don't forget, Minerva Craft Club members get a 10% discount for 12 months when they sign up. And creating a free account, you'll get a welcome present of a discount coupon. Join us with our lovely community of makers. Follow, comment and like, and we'll see you next time.